Welcome to the Art of Lifting podcast. Today I am joined by Joseph McDonald. I won't get you to introduce yourself because I think most people at this point should know who you are. I'm really excited for this one. I don't think I've heard you on a podcast before, so I've got lots of questions.
Uh-huh.
I really want to know, firstly, I didn't realise you've not been in the sport very long, or you've not been
No,
competing very long.
no, I started competing in 2022. That's when I was like 19, like fresh out of, we call it like secondary school, fresh out of secondary school. So I didn't even got to compete in sub junior school. Only 3 years, by the way, 3 years.
You just
Yeah.
missed out on sub juniors. How did you find powerlifting, firstly?
Actually, it wasn't a sport I know. My coach told me about it. When I was going to gym in our like CLX, it's like that area. A lot of school children go to that gym. But yeah, my coach told me he saw my potential, which I actually just wanted abs, to be honest. I just go to the gym because I was like a little overweight from school. So I just wanted to like lose weight, get some muscle. And
Yeah.
that's it. But he told me like I got a lot of potential in the sport, and he said, "Come and try it out." And I decided, I mean, I'm fresh out of school, I got nothing to do. Why not try it out? And then actually, I found out I was actually good at it. So like, yeah,
I feel like that's a bit of an understatement. What, 2 years in sport, 3 years in the sport, and
yeah,
you're
honestly,
junior world
2022.
champion.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, that's crazy.
impressive
3 years
at
to be a
world
world
as well.
champion.
And I was going to say, at Open Worlds as well, obviously we'll get onto it, but like you put on a show at Open
Uh,
Worlds as well.
Bringing back memories, the open world. Ah, yeah. But
You've got
yeah, yeah,
redemption. You've got redemption. It's
for
fine.
sure, for sure, for sure.
So you said you joined the gym originally just to kind of get into better shape, and then
Hmm.
so you said you were like a bit overweight before. Obviously
Yeah,
you're in the 120s, and I've looked at your open powerlifting. You've been in the 120s the whole time, but you were quite
yeah,
a
yeah.
light 120 at first.
No, when I started, I was a light 120, but I didn't know about weight classes. But so when we weighed ourselves, I was weighing about, let's say, 112, 113. So we just decided to stick with the 120 weight class. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
which
just
it worked
which
out. It
it
worked
was
out.
yeah, I think it was like a new starter, like whatever weight class it was born in, it was meant to be. So like
Yeah,
just stick to
100%.
it. Yeah.
I think that's a lesson for anyone as well. Like, don't force yourself into a weight class. Like, stick where
No,
you
just
fit
stick to it and
until
get strong. Depends on
100.
your age as well, so don't
Yeah,
forget that. Yeah.
100%. Do you
Mhm.
think 120 for you is long term, or do you think one day it might be a 120 plus?
You see the way someone 20 plus do it? Oh hell no. No way. But I think it's like life for me. If it's anything, I might cut down to like 105, but I wouldn't go up to 120 plus. It's too much on the body.
Yeah,
Like those men be doing 400 plus cuts. No way. I will either stay in my weight class, or I will stay in or cut down to 105. That's probably like in the next like 5 to 6 years, because I want world titles, so I'll
yeah,
stick around for a while.
yeah. I think it's that thing when you're in, because I'm in the 84 on the women's side, and it's like,
Hmm.
in theory, yeah, I could go up one day, but
Yeah, but
I
you
would
gotta
have
get
to
stronger.
commit to a lot to going in the 84 plus.
Yep, you
I'm
want to
not
be
going to do
making
that.
podium in like let's say unless you're really strong in like 2 or 1 year, 2-ish. But it's gonna be like a real fight, to actually get
100%.
podium.
Did
Hmm.
you do a lot of sports growing up, or was powerlifting kind of your first sport?
No, actually I did. I used to train track and field, but um I quit. I could. It was like hard. Like powerlifting is hard. Like, but it's more like a mental.
Yeah,
Like track and field is like hard on your body, and I couldn't take it. But I was really fast though. I ain't gonna lie. But I quit.
got to throw that in there. I was really good.
Yeah, But I quit. I quit. But yeah, I just used to do track and field and more like home gym stuff, like home equipment and stuff. So that's why I'm really strong in bench press. So like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say
Uh-huh.
we need all the secrets for that bench press because at
Hey, no,
20,
don't be making my
22,
the
22
DB's
years
probably
old,
watching right now.
257.
257, yeah, world record. Actually, that was like kind of hard, but yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Of course, it was hard. It was
Yeah.
257. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So
Mm-hmm.
Question I have to ask you is about the singlet, the burger singlet.
Oh,
I
oh,
didn't even realize. I thought it was just a colourful singlet until Amelia
mm-mm.
said on the live stream, she was like, his singlet's a burger.
Yes.
What
And
is
most
it?
people didn't catch it, but my surname.
I did wonder if that was what it was, and it was just McDonald. It was that. Is this a thing you've always done? Was it Worlds for the first time?
No, actually, I competed in my local national in my nationals with a burger, but somebody told me look on his title. I'm gonna mention his name, Jonathan James. He said there's a burger singlet which could go well with your name, and I decided, you know what, let's try it. And people loved it because McDonald's burger, you know. So like, and everybody's calling me Burger Boy. So like, why not?
I was
But
going to
yeah,
ask you this because I know here you're now referenced as Burger Boy. I was like, is this a global thing now?
everybody's calling me that in comments. And like every time I compete, like in a YouTube live stream, like it's just burger because it's like a movement or something like that. But I like it. I mean, it grows the sport, you know.
Yeah.
Uh
So
huh.
going back to the actual competing side, obviously you did open worlds this year and junior worlds. What
Hmm.
was the decision to go to both? Did you already know when you did open that you were going to do juniors, or
Yeah,
did you?
I was already lucky. Because I had it set out on my calendar. I said I'm gonna do nationals, open, juniors. I actually wanted. Not gonna lie, people didn't think I would coming for the win for open, but I actually wanted to win, and it was kind of. But it was like a learning experience. Like for first worlds, I didn't like had like experience like those other guys. They had a lot of experience, and they had like professional coach. I only had one coach on my team. Those had like three or four coaches and
Yeah,
stuff. But we managed to pull off fourth. I think I was nominated what like six or something like that. So yeah, we pulled it off. But yeah, I was actually confirmed to go open and juniors because I wanted the experience. Even if I lost, if I had come second in juniors, I'll be fine with it because I know like next year I had experience and I know what I can do
yeah,
next year because I got experience in those
yeah,
two international meets.
yeah, 100%. And I
Hmm.
think it was what, your fourth or fifth meet? Was it even that? Third meet?
But well,
Worlds?
those worlds meet was my like first international worlds meet. But I competed in regional meets, which is like no disrespect to regionals. It was like those are like that were the big boys. You understand? But
Yeah,
like yeah. I would say it like it's my first real international
yeah.
two meets.
Yeah,
Hmm.
100%. And obviously, you kind of thought going in, you had the potential to win. You were
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
very stacked group, right? There was so much noise around the 120s. And I'll be honest, I
Hmm.
don't think I might have heard your name a couple times leading in on like previous shows, but I didn't know
I
who you
watch.
were like leading
Funny thing,
in.
I watch your podcast. I watch your podcast with
Thank you for
you.
watching it. I don't know if you were mentioned. Did I do a Worlds preview? I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you do a word recap. I watched it. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of yours. Didn't know before Worlds who you were. But what I was going to say was, how did you feel going in? Obviously, you knew from your training that you were potentially in the running to win, and you were against some huge names, and all of the talk was about the other names.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you quite like that there wasn't that pressure on you? Did you think that was a good thing, or was it a bit annoying to you?
It was no. It was actually an advantage because those other guys didn't know what I was coming with. So I kind of was like, it's a win-win. But I can see where it can be like disheartening how your name's not mentioned. But that's fine. They didn't expect me to come in so strong. That's why it was shocked. Because I saw when a lot of mislifts, a lot of stuff going on, which I can easily sleep on the podium, but we didn't know. I thought like let's see for instance for the last deadlifts, like Nonzo was gonna pull that 400. Like
Yeah,
that's why we lowered the 385, but my coach didn't like he knew those guys were stronger than the and we thought ETN was gonna pull 400,
yeah,
but we didn't know. So like he just loaded the fight. Which to be honest, that 385 I didn't have it. I just went out there for vibes, for the people. I'm not a quitter. I'm just going out there to pull it, and
yeah,
yeah. It's like that's what it is. A learning experience. That's what I said in my white license reviews. It's just like a learning experience, but
yeah,
we know not to make that mistake again.
yeah.
Which You can see it. You know what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's massively a learning experience. And like you said, you had one coach with you on the day, right? So
Yeah.
these other teams have at least two, if not
There's
more,
actually
right?
three. Yeah.
Running the numbers.
Mhm.
Does Trinidad and Tobago, do they have much of a presence at Worlds? I feel like, do they normally have a
No,
full
no, no.
team, much experience
Mhm.
coaching? So this is another thing. Like when you get to world level, the team, like your coaching staff, makes such a difference. And yeah,
Yes.
it's easy to say in hindsight, oh, I probably shouldn't have loaded 385. I could have won Worlds. You don't know that at the moment, do you?
Yeah, we
Like,
don't know that. You just had to put in the numbers and hopefully hit. If you don't, you don't, but
and
yeah.
to be fair, it wasn't that much of a Hail Mary because it did move. It did move. And I think
Yeah,
it moved
yeah.
more than anyone
To be
expected.
honest, I was shocked it actually come off the floor because I know like the max I had on that day was like 275.
Yeah.
Like max, max, max. But I shocked it actually get up to my like past my legs to be honest. So like yeah.
I also think fourth at that competition with those guys that were in that class is still
Yeah.
insane
Correct.
feat for your first international,
For your full
first like
correct.
competitive international,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
then went away and you came
Yeah.
back to Junior Worlds, another
Yeah.
battle as well, which
Mhm.
equally as excited for this one as a viewer because Josh is an insane lifter. He's
Bro,
relatively
I,
new on the scene as well, right? He's cut down from 120
mhm,
plus. Your
mhm.
numbers pretty neck and neck going in. I think he was probably the favorite going in
Yeah,
because of
no,
what he'd done
everybody
in the
said that
gym.
like when I know, bro. Everybody said he was a favorite, and he came in like I thought he was coming like 980, 980. That's what we planned for because after I missed my squat, I was like, yeah, I'm done. He went, I'm done. But apparently it was neck and neck. So like I say, you know what, we fighting this till the end. But yeah, I thought he was coming in way stronger, like 980, like top 980. But we had that plan out. That's like my coach went over it like the night before. We said, bro, if you do this numbers 980 there, you gotta do 980. But after I missed my squat, it was like it was a wrap to me. But then after I realized I got a bench. So like, but it came down to the last deadlift, and we played his cards right because we saw he had a grip issue like for like top ends, like
Yeah,
his top end like 380 and up. We saw like he kind of like it slips. So
yeah,
like once we get like our third deadlift and he has to put like 380 plus, we already know it's like a wrap.
yeah.
But to be honest, I was in the back and I watched the live stream that that 385 flag. It got me. I almost got a heart attack. Flag. And then after I saw like he like I got a downwards moment and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm a world champion. But yeah, it was like it was up down. But I really thought he had it in the back to be honest,
Yeah.
because I
This
only
is
had like
the
10 weeks
thing.
of prep.
This is the thing, right? You did back-to-back meets, and I think Josh is
Mhm.
it's just a matter of time. I think the same thing with Nonzo before they have that meet where they go 9 for 9 and something
Mhm.
insane is loaded, right? But
Yeah.
it also goes to show what you do in training does not necessarily mean anything, right?
Correct. Correct. That's right. 100%. 100%. But I tell you, I was scared. Ain't gonna lie. You had me on my toes. You had me on my toes 100%. But yeah, no, no. But like, let's say, and he got like 3 more years in juniors. Like, only got like 1 more year. So like, he will get his rematch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know he's gonna be way stronger like next year for sure. Like for
Yeah.
sure, he's gonna be way stronger. And he's in our weight class now. So like, he got time to like build and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's only his first year. Like, well, he's been in the weight class for 8 months. Like he cut down, I
yeah,
think, first time February time. So yeah,
yeah.
100%. And I'm really excited to see what happens, especially next
Mhm.
year. Rondell is coming back to back to world
All of us are
stage,
cooked.
right?
We're cooked. All of us are cooked. But yeah,
I'm assuming there's room on the Trinidad team for you both as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there'll be two
No,
120s.
okay. Here's how it's gonna work because most they're not gonna send like our like for words they don't send like the full weight class because we don't have. So it's automatically two of us are there. So we're automatically selected. So either way, you'll guys see us. You'll see us for
This
sure.
is what I wanted to hear because I think it's going to be so cool. Because I mean, within GB, we have our 120s are ridiculous, like actually
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I know you got
In
like four or
theory,
five, four or
yeah, I was
five.
like, in theory, Josh and Nonzo will open worlds next year, but actually,
Mhm.
I don't know what Tony Cliff is doing right now, but you can't ever count him out. Mo is improving like mad.
Yep.
there's others that I've definitely forgotten to name there. Like, we've got an insane group of 120
Yeah, I know.
lifters.
Have
So
you watched? Have you
the
watched?
next year's world is going to be insane, whichever people get picked. 'Cause we always pretty much always take two as well.
Yeah, because 120 is stacked. We got let's not count out, let's skate. Mo, Joshua, Nonzo, Bob, Rondell, me, that's 6 there already. And there's the Etienne. Gee, there's a lot there. That's 7 people I call there. So like it's gonna be like 120 is gonna be like a show you cannot miss for sure.
Prime time, if there's like 8 of you in prime time, you're all going to be vying for first.
That's gonna be a bad and people. I think for next year people are gonna just try to make podium because it's kind of be pulling. They wouldn't do for the win because I just know they're gonna try the podium because next year is gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
100%. 100%. Kind of going back to junior world. So you said obviously you missed your third squat and you then kind of counted yourself out until obviously you realized on bench that you didn't need to count yourself out.
Yeah,
how did you
my last
mentally
attempt? Yeah, for sure.
how did you mentally deal with that? Like how did you go through that on comp day? Because obviously it can be very easy to just switch off and almost just not try and just knock on effect the rest of the day.
To be honest, my coach told me, bro, you cannot miss. Anything you do from now, you can't miss if you want to win. Like he told me in the back when he was warming up, after I missed my squat, he said, now you cannot miss any single. You need every single kilo to actually pull this off. And I said, I just sit down in the corner when I reach back in the training room. I'll sit down. I put myself in a zone. That's why normally you've been seeing normally people see me like dancing on the stage. Nah. After bench, I was lucky. I didn't even dance at all until to my first deadlift. Yeah, but I was lucky for bench. I just do what I had to do. That's why you see me for my last bench when I got it. I was like, don't call me out. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. And then after so I put myself in a zone we're fully focused, locked in on the weights, and we pulled it off.
Yeah, definitely. It came together. It came together well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing as well. When you go against these massive deadlifters, it's so hard to convince yourself you still have a chance. But equally, it's like grip loss, slight off positioning off the floor. If they hype themselves up too much and just make one small little mistake, it all comes down to that last pull. So it is so important to just keep your head in literally until that moment and just build what you can. And you did that perfectly because you didn't miss another attempt the rest of that day.
Correct. I could have missed. If I'd missed, that's it. I'm cooked. I'm done. I'm lost already. Yeah, because he got me gapped by it on deadlifts, but I think it was 10 kgs ahead. For the second attempt, it was I think it's 12.5 or 15. So we make the Hail Mary and jump to 22 because my coach actually wanted me to put 365 so I could actually get it. But I know I was confident because afterwards, if I couldn't pull 385, I know I got 372.5. So it was kind of math game in my head what I can do. So I said load the 372.5 because I know if I load anything less, Josh would have got it.
Yeah.
Would have got it. He would have got it 100%. He would have got it. Especially if I do 365, he would have just pulled to win. He needed 2.5 again. And that's it. It's a wrap.
So you mentioned that you're normally dancing around when you're going on the platform, which is I love that
only
so
if
much.
I get my third attempt. Yeah, for sure.
Have you always been like that on the platform?
Yeah. Even from the start. That's just how me to get all the nervousness out. That's just how I am. Yeah.
So is it like a nervous energy, just kind of channel it into having fun and enjoying the day rather than overthinking?
Yeah, and it's also bring more happiness to the crowd as well because everybody just going out to do their attempts and going back. Come on, put some life into it, But yeah, it was always me from the beginning. I think from 2020. I think it was from my second meet I would start having fun because the first meet I was nervous. My first meet I didn't know what to do, listen to commands, stuff. Yeah. But I think it's from the second meet it's all started there.
Yeah. Good. No, it's so much fun to watch, and I think it's interesting. And also, I know online there's been a few people tagging you saying you deserve the Sheffield spot. Obviously, we don't know. I mean, you might know. I don't know. We don't know at this
Bro,
moment. We don't
I
know.
want to come London so bad.
Imagine the atmosphere if you're coming on the Sheffield stage dancing around like
Sheffield,
that.
if you're watching the podcast, please make it up. But yeah, I wish. I mean, I know if I'd break the total, I would have automatically been in there a lot. But I like I saw like on Presser powerlifting. I don't know if you're watching. I was like the second highest world record percentage total to like get picked for Sheffield. But I'm not they automatically picking Russ because Russ broke the record. But yeah, I was like second. I was like 98%. But I'm no 100%. My next meet, the record will be broken. Like
Yeah.
that's how I progress. Like every meet, I don't like progress down. I always progress up.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Where is the world record at the moment? I actually can't remember off the top of my head.
for 120.
Yeah.
978.5.
Yeah, which you're 13
That's nice.
kilos.
You know,
13 kilos.
100% not. It will be
Had you
broken.
got that last squat, you'd literally be like half a kilo away.
Yeah, half a kilo on it. That's what I say, you know. But Sheffield, Sheffield got their own. They pick their own people, so
Yeah, of
we
course.
just
No,
have to wait and see.
100%. 100%. And I think they're still looking at people from Austin, aren't they? SBD Austin and
Yeah,
stuff as well.
yeah.
So who knows? But at some point, I would imagine it's in your future. At some point, granted,
I mean,
there's so
I'm training regardless. So like, whatever happens, happens.
and also there's so many 120s. They could probably just do a Sheffield of 120s at this point.
Yeah, I don't. About like 8 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. So are you going to be training as if you're getting the invite just in case, or are you just going
Yeah,
to wait
of
and
course.
see?
I'm only like what? It's like 4 months away. That's
Yeah.
like enough. I probably my total probably 1,090, 1,085. Let me not say numbers. Let me see what happens. Let's see what happens. If not, I'll just have to do my local nationals. That's
Yeah.
fine with me either way.
Yeah, 100%. And then next year there's two Sheffields anyway. So
Yeah, that's
maybe
fine.
the bigger one in November, I think it is. That'll be
Yeah,
even more fun.
it don't matter. I know it will eventually happen anyways. So like, it's just like a waiting game at this point.
Yeah, 100%. So what is your training like? Because you have been progressing at an insane rate. Looking at open powerlifting, just for context for anyone listening. So the first meet on there was from August 2023, and your total was 801. 1 year later, in August 2024, 926.5. And then another year later, 965. So you are correct in that your total is going up. Going up at a decent rate. And I know you said, you were kind of like, I guess you were naturally good at powerlifting when you started, right? Like it just worked for you. What is your training like? What does your week look like?
Okay, I train like 4 days a week because big boys need a rest. So like I squat and bench on Mondays. I think I rest on Tuesdays. I deadlift on Wednesdays. Then after I squat and bench again on Thursdays. And Friday I bench and deadlift. Yeah, that's my split that works for me like for the past 3 years. So like yeah.
Yeah. And has your training changed much over the past 3 years, or has it literally just been it's work and keep going?
Yes, it depends on like how close meets is. I kind of have to fluctuate the days because the fatigue comes in very fast. Like yeah, it depends because sometimes I like normally like how people have splits like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Like I get like fatigue on week 3s and I have to rest, and the next week on week 4, and then after peak.
Yeah.
So like it depends on the training. Like if I can line it out properly, it would be better. But like if I like have close meets like open to like if we did it like open to junior worlds, we had a rest for week 3 and then after peak on the next week.
Yeah.
So like yeah. So
and do you go that heavy in training then, or not really? Is it more
I
for
train
meeting?
like all my I train heavy all the time and then after deload for like a week. That's how I peak so well. Like a lot of 120s like who go against me, they will realize like I peak very well. Like every time I peak, my total like goes up. It never goes down. And that's what I think they didn't like calculate for. If they didn't calculate my peak, like I don't want to say it because they're probably watching and they're gonna use it as a strategy. But like let's say like every time I peak for like a meet, I like gain like 15 to like 20 kilos
Yeah.
from my peak week.
Yeah.
And I force myself, and I know they're watching right now, so they can calculate. But by next year, you won't be able to calculate. So I'm just giving them a little secret. Yeah, that's how I train. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You're the champion now anyway, right? You won junior world,
Yeah, it
so
don't matter now.
fine.
You
Doesn't
can't use it
matter.
again until next year.
I do think, to be fair, I think that is common. That like the heavier the lifter, the more they respond to like a bit of a deload week, taper week, and then they peak really well, right? Like it
Yeah.
is a very common thing. I think obviously I don't know details of like Josh and Nonzo, for example, but from looking at their training they post, I think they just do like a genuine like 4-week build through the block, which is kind of what a lot of lighter people do. Could just be because of how young they are. It just works insanely well for them. But I think the heavier you are, the more common it is to obviously have that response. You are also very young, though, to be fair, but
Yeah, it's
it
only
works for
22.
you. So
Yeah, it works for me. I mean, everybody have their own routine, what
yeah,
works for them. But I figure out what works for me because I know, like, if I sometimes I might do it like week 5 if it's like an off season and I have like a lot of time. But it catch up to you. That week 5 catch up to you because it's like an extra heavy week on your body and it
yeah,
takes like a full week to recover. But it depends on what works for everyone. But I know what works for me and we pull it off, So like,
100%.
yeah.
100%. And do you have a coach? Do you coach yourself? Have you had
No,
the
no,
same coach
I
the
got a
whole
coach.
time?
My coach is Rebella Strong on Instagram. Yeah, he's the one who actually. If it wasn't for him, he wouldn't even be talking to me right now. Like he's the one actually brought me in the sport. But yeah, that's my coach for life. Yeah, he's been with me for like 3 years now.
Yeah, that's really cool. So he's the one that told
Yes,
you
to
you
put
could
the
be good at
words on.
this.
Eh?
He's the one that told you you could be good at this sport, like when it
Yeah,
first
yeah,
started.
yeah. Correct.
Well, he wasn't wrong. He's done pretty well for himself there.
Yeah, but 3 years to be a world champion. People like take like 8 years, 6 years. God
It's
damn. I'm even shocked
it's
myself to be honest.
insane. It's so good. No, my next question has just completely gone out of my head.
That's fine.
I was going to ask you, what is your life like outside of powerlifting? So, are you working outside of powerlifting, or are you pretty much all in on powerlifting?
No, I'm not. I'm not like Agatha. I don't get paid. No.
None of us do.
I got my own business. I do like I sell my I got my like whole side hustle. Like I sell more like electronics and stuff, like phones and stuff and shoes and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah. That's why I do like for my 9 to 5. Let's say that, and then after I come training in the evening. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I got it all sorted out.
Nice. And then you have weekends off pretty much all the time. Is that right?
Yes, I got Saturday and Sunday off. I work on the month from Monday to Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. So with your training as well, do you train? You said you didn't train weekends. Is that just to kind of give you a bit of a break from powerlifting?
Bingo! I don't train on Saturdays and Sundays. No, I train from Monday to Friday, and I take the Tuesdays off.
Yeah.
So 4 days
I,
a week.
I think that's a really good thing. And more, I don't think many people do that anymore. And I know, like, I had Diana on in the 84 ages ago, and she said the same thing. And it's like, I went through a phase where I moved my training days around, and actually having a full weekend off is so nice because we're all thinking about powerlifting most of the time, right? Like, it's on our minds most of the time. To have
Yep.
2 full days on the weekend, especially like if you're
People
not
don't
working,
understand.
it's such a benefit to recovery, just not thinking
Correct.
about powerlifting.
Correct. So it's like starting like your whole work week on Monday. Like you got Sunday or Saturday, and it's like a relaxation. And your body can relax, and you can go back to powerlifting on Monday. Brand new. But people don't understand. Like, I mean, it works for some people. It works for some because I know like a lot of powerlifters in my country train on like Sundays as well. Sometimes Saturdays, mostly Sundays. But yeah, I can't do that. I need to relax. But yeah, it works for some people. It don't work for some people. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the hard thing about doing that is when you train during the week after work, most of us are exhausted. So it's like, oh no, I'd rather train on a Saturday when I'm fresh and I can take my
Okay,
time more.
understand.
But I think there is a massive benefit to having that weekend off and just freeing your mind for a couple of days, right? And just take your mind off it, relaxing. Probably especially as a heavier lifter, lifting the numbers you are, 2 full days off is probably pretty good.
It's really good. Thank God because I squat like my primary days on Mondays is my squats and later on Fridays is my primary bench and deadlift. So like
Yeah, it's a lot.
it's this the weekends I really appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. Do you keep on top of a lot of other things with your recovery? Like, are you very on it with your nutrition? Are you like steps, anything like that? Like your sleep? Are you quite like focused with those things, or just not
Yeah,
really?
I try to get like 8 hours of sleep like every day, and also I try to get massages every, let's see every like after every heavy week of a week
Yeah,
four, try to get some
yeah,
massages because like massages, I don't think like athletes do it a lot, and people like take it like it's underrated because I find massages like speeds up recovery for me.
yeah.
But yeah, I try to get massage every week four, and it helps a lot, especially on the peak weeks when I'm moving like 340 kilos squats and things, and benching 260. But yeah, the massages really help. And my nutrition, yeah, I try to like keep it simple, like rice, chicken, rice and ground beef, like good quick carb. Like you could eat those and have the energy to finish the workout. Like when I eat those, I feel like energized and I can
Yeah.
lift anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you've kind of filled the 120s now, right? Like you're sitting like
Yeah.
your last meet you were
Although I'm
119.3.
trying to recap, I'm trying to cut down because I got like 4 months to prep, but I'm trying to cut down to like 115 and then eat back up again.
I was going to ask you, like, do you feel like you have to kind of force feed a little bit to fill the 120s or not really?
Not really. I didn't have like I saw when I was like warming up in junior was I saw like guys putting in cups like to make weight. That was like I never had
Yeah.
to do that because I know I'm like something on the days like I just always make weight. Like it was like meant to be. Like I just always make weight. But I didn't have to like spit cups like doing saunas and thing because I do like 10,000 steps every day. So like I'm automatically in my weight class because I keep my like cardio up and stuff.
Yeah. You know, I used to say it was meant to be with me in the 84s because I used to
Wait.
always just on comp day, I would wake up at like 83.5 every
Mhm,
time
mhm.
until one day, one day
You
I
missed
woke up
weight?
a kilo over and I had to spit, I had to hot bath. And now the last 3 meets in a row, I've had to do that. So one day
Oh,
it might happen to you, but I
okay,
think
one day.
it
For sure.
shows that you have longevity in the weight class. The fact that you're not
Mhm.
having to do that all yet, like you are
Yeah.
22, like the fact that you don't have to do that yet, it's a very good sign.
For sure, for sure. And I'm trying to recome. I'm trying to cut down to 115. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Hmm.
How has training? I mean, what you competed? Was it last weekend you competed? It's only been a week, hasn't it? Have you been training this week? Have you taken time off,
Yeah,
or were you
I
in
start
straight
back.
away?
Everything feels heavy. Everything like let's say like 3 reps feels like 6 reps. Like everything feels heavy right now.
Yeah,
But I'm just trying to adjust because I know like in a month from now I should be back to normal strength
yeah,
because that's it happens to everybody who competes like your strength just
100%.
but I know 1 month I'll be fine. But yeah, it's hard now, but I know I'll be strong back in a month for sure.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline come down as well post comp, especially when you've literally just become a world champion. I can imagine probably even
Mhm.
more of a come down
Yeah,
post
I
comp
think
where
I
like
relax too much because I'm a world champion. I'm kind of braggy and shit, But yeah. The adrenaline's died down now, but yeah, it's the focus to the next meet now.
do you
Mhm.
normally take time off after a meet or do you jump
I
straight
think
back in?
normally I take 1 week, but I didn't take the week off because I know I have to get back on the horse because there's other 120s training right now, and I shouldn't be taking a break. So I start back training on Wednesday. Normally, I take the week off this week because I compete last week, right? Yes, I compete last week. So normally I take the whole week off, but I didn't. So I start back training like an intro week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm going to rewind a little bit and I just want to ask you what the experience of Open Worlds was like, firstly. Obviously, I want to hear about Junior Worlds, like the event itself, not the meet day. We've kind of covered the meet day, but like the event itself, seeing these big names, seeing all these people, like how was the whole experience?
to be honest, it was exciting. It was really exciting because it was my first, right? But you said not the meet itself, but I just had one issue. Just one issue. You see the training the weight, the place they use, ATX, that threw me off. Like, why you're using non-comp standard to warm up? And like for junior worlds, they had like elite racks and stuff. Like, come
Yeah.
on, that's
You are
embarrassing.
in for a shock at some of the places they hold these competitions.
That's
If that's your biggest problem.
I mean, it's my first time, but
I
like that
know.
was like, come on, Paul. Management, like ATX. Come on, at least do something like so. But overall, the event, it was my first time in Germany. The event, the environment, it was cold for me. I come from like a hot climate. Like both Costa Rica and Germany was cold for me.
Yeah.
And I know like they was complaining about the heat, but I was chilling. I was chilling. I was chilling. Like it was very cold for me. I
Yeah.
find so. I think I had that advantage as well because coming from a hot climate to a cold climate. I was like, that's why I think I was like, all my list was speed on the day because I think it was like a kind of middle adjustment for me. But yeah, I think the whole, and remember, we was in the countryside, so like we didn't get to really experience a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in Germany, but I think it was fun. It was fun for my first time, and I meet a lot of big names. I saw like Sunita and stuff. She's pretty cool. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good for sure.
I like that you mentioned the heat because everyone else that I've kind of spoken to that was there or seen online, like they were struggling in the heat, like really badly. And I
I
remember
was
as the
born in
week went
it.
on, it got hotter and hotter. And like for your
Yeah.
session, the 120
Mhm.
plus, everyone was like, oh no, it was way too hot. They need to do something about this. They need to do
Mhm.
something about this. And you're like, oh
Yeah,
no, I'm
it was hot.
cold.
It was first. It was started off cool. Then after it got hot. Yes, it
Yeah,
was true. It got hot, but I don't think it was like a hot heat for
yeah,
me. Like it get a little hotter here, but yeah, I think it was like regular for me. But I understand like coming from different
yeah.
countries, it might have been like a real hot for them, but it was cool for me.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage being used to that for training as well. And was the meet? I can't. They had a slightly bigger flight for you guys, I think, didn't they? Because normally it's 8 at Worlds, but were you guys a little bit of a larger flight?
I'm not sure
I
because it
can't
didn't felt
remember.
like that. It didn't felt like
That's what I was
no.
gonna ask. How was the turnaround?
It was moving quick. Those lot them spotters was that was moving quick. But I think Junior's flight was shorter than the Will's flight to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
because
train quickly or are you kind of chilled, slow
I
train?
good thing you asked me that because I started timing my in between heavy sets 5 to 6 minutes. So I started timing for that because I know on a day you got like tops like 7 minutes of
Yeah.
rest. So I started doing that in my training after open was after I lost, I started doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Again, it's a
sure. Yeah.
learning curve, right? Like there were so many things you are now going to be a much better athlete for just from doing that competition.
Mhm.
100% without a doubt. And
Yeah.
you got your name out there. Like people, if people don't know who you are now, like
Everybody know who I am now. They say next year is gonna be a dangerous 120. So everybody know who I am now for sure. But everybody was sleeping on me. They didn't know who I was.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
said, he's a regular guy."
But
Eh.
like you said, that's kind of an advantage, right? Like one,
Correct. Yeah.
there's no pressure on you either. Like you can just have fun.
Hmm.
And I remember, like as a viewer watching it, I remember seeing you were kind of up there on all of the squats. And then obviously your bench was huge, and I was like,
Hmm.
is his deadlift just going to be like majorly behind, or is he actually in contention here? You came out and you were in contention.
But then the people didn't know because my deadlift was kind of like we didn't get to like max out my deadlift because we always went like heavy like absurd numbers 385. It hurts. I didn't even know why that was number was there to be honest because I know that was
Yeah,
like to me in my mind I am not a deadlift specialist. Those like 385 those are like deadlift specialist numbers and stuff. So like I know I gotta stay in my lane. So when I see that 385 I was like you know what for the people and I just do it but yeah um yeah that's the reason. Mm.
but
But one
then
day I'll get
I guess the 385, the fact that it moved like it did, gave you the confidence then for Junior Worlds to load the
yeah
372. Like,
correct that's right.
had you just loaded 365 or whatever it open and got it and not
Hmm.
coded still, you wouldn't have probably loaded 372, or you would have, but you wouldn't have had
Hmm.
confidence in it.
Yeah so if I didn't load the 385 one that actually helps me for junior was because I know if I didn't hit the 385 and when it load 372.5 I had confidence for sure I'll get it like
Yeah,
for sure. Because how that 385 moved, I for sure had 272.5. But technically in 10 weeks, it's really impressive. 10 weeks. But I managed to get it off. So like yeah.
yeah.
Like at the right top end because it was lit. If you watch the live stream, it was slipping.
I think I did notice that, to be fair, because
It was slipping.
did it get overturned to a good lift? Or am I
Mm-mm.
making that
No, no,
up, or
no.
was it always
I
good?
got it. I got it. I was actually waiting for the overturn because I got the dunk man, and like as soon as locked out and I slammed it down as
Yeah.
quick as possible. But I locked it out, so like it didn't get overturned. I mean, they probably do it for the views.
To be fair,
You
no,
know?
I think it was a clean lift. The thing is, if you like as a ref, like if you're holding it when I say down, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter if your hand is opening. I've given you the command as long as you hold it until it's on the
Yeah,
floor.
that's exactly what happened. That's exactly
So
what happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And now you're a world champion. So now you
For
have all this time ready for next year, which
sure.
next year is probably going to be a bigger feat. Let's talk about next year for a sec. So
Yeah. Actually, if I podium next year, I'll be happy with it because I know Rondell is gonna clap all of us, like disrespectfully, by about like we gapping us by like 50 kilos disrespectfully. But I know if I put him next year, it'll be happy. I'm happy for it anyway.
yeah,
Anyway, it don't matter.
100%, 100%. And obviously, like you guys are all young as well. Like, yes, Rondell's coming back next year to like world stage and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be a heavy favorite to win. Let's be honest. It depends on
Yeah,
Bob, I guess.
100%,
But
100%. Well,
you
yeah,
guys are
well,
so
yeah, that
young.
too.
Like, are you still a junior? Is last year next or last year? Next year, your last year as a junior.
Next year is my last junior year. Yeah.
Are you going to do junior worlds again as well?
Of course. Of course. It's my last year. It's my last dance. So I can't miss it. I can't miss it for sure. I'll be there.
How did junior worlds compare to open worlds in terms of the experience? Not the competition day itself, but like the actual experience.
Okay, like the experience, the environment was cool. The weather was better by far because it was like a stagnant weather. It didn't have like ups and downs. Although it was raining a lot because Costa Rica is like a tropical area. But I find it was like in my more time zone. So I find it was better for me
Yeah.
because I know for Germany they had the advantage because I had to fly like 24 hours. For Costa Rica, I only had to fly like 6 to 7 hours. So like
Yeah. Oh, that's
it
much
was
better.
way
Yeah.
better for me. So that's why I was watching a King Level podcast. They said like Joseph McDonald, he got the time zone advantage. And it's true. I did. And I used it because I know technically I did. So if I come on second, yeah, it would have been like Joshua had all the power. He
Yeah.
won 100% because I know he had to fly here. I think it takes like 9 hours to fly to here, right? Costa
Yeah.
Rica to here, 9 hours. So like, yeah, I understand. But yeah, I find overall experience junior was way better for me as an athlete. Yeah, for sure, way better for
How
me.
did the atmosphere compare versus open worlds? So obviously, open worlds, I'm like from what I remember, the room was packed for you guys. What was the room like for junior worlds, like atmosphere wise?
Well, I was surrounded by like other juniors my age, so I find it was like more fun for like I could like more familiarity with for me with the other juniors. It was way better because I didn't like know anyone in open world,
Yeah.
so like nobody know me either. So like I find the environment for me was way better. Like the atmosphere itself, it was more fun. Everybody did their own thing, warm up. All the athletes telling me, "Bird boy, you got this," hyping me up and stuff. Like, yeah, I find it was like way better because nobody knew who I was. You just for
Yeah.
open worlds, you just said, "Oh, a guy in a burger suit, cool." Yeah, cool. But I would say the crowd for open worlds was more louder for me than junior was because remember I was in the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I made the day terrible on that day. I didn't make some people days on when I pull off the win, but it happens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
100%. It'll be interesting to see what your reception is like next year at open worlds. I think even your presence on the platform is enough to be memorable, let alone the numbers you actually put up with it. But like the
Hmm.
way you approach the platform, you're having fun, you're smiling, you're in a burger singlet, like that's
Hmm.
enough for people you're going to become a crowd favorite automatically, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now you're also going to be in contention at least for podium next year.
Hmm.
That will be a
Hmm.
really interesting thing to compare to how it was this year.
Yeah, and people said like Burger Boy won. He didn't won, but he won our hearts. And I saw that comment. I really appreciate that comment. If you're watching this podcast, thank you. I appreciate that comment. That motivates me to actually try to shoot for podium next year for sure because and yeah, it gives me like a confidence like people out there is watching me and they know the potential I have to come first, second, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
It's so good to have actual like characters on the platform now, like rather than just like the really serious, like either, I mean, it's cool when you see like a Bobby Butters comes out screaming at the bar really
Yeah,
hyped up, like that's sick. And then you
mhm.
get like the really intense, like Durin's comes out fairly quiet,
Yeah.
just intensely looking at the bar. That's also cool. But it's also really nice to see people come out and actually clearly enjoying it as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because I was like, for my opener was I was only smiling and stuff and say, yeah, what's up to the crowd, and I was actually having fun because I know it's like a 1 year opportunity. Like we don't have worlds every 2 years, like two worlds every 2 years. You only got 1 year, to put your name out there, and I did it, and people remember me for it. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
I get where you're
100%.
coming from.
100%. And now we've just got to fight for McDonald's sponsorship, right?
I wish everybody talking McDonald's in the comments, but yeah, and my name is McDonald's. So like, yeah, come
It
on,
would work.
McDonald's. What are you waiting for?
Wasn't it? I don't know if you remember. Was it Carlos Peterson Griffith? His
Mhm.
name? I think he was in '93. I'm pretty sure he was sponsored by KFC in Guyana. I remember seeing this online because like KFC Guyana like reposted
It
him or
probably,
something.
it's probably true. It's probably true, but yeah, it's probably true. But I don't sponsor yet. A7 FPD, you watching?
A7
Sponsor
FBD
me.
McDonald's, one of them.
McDonald's. I don't mind anything. I'll take anything at this point.
Nice, nice. I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, you mentioned travel, and obviously Costa Rica travel was much kinder than Germany. Did
Yeah,
you
but
notice in Germany, like how long were you there before you competed? Did you notice much of a difference from the time zone change? Do you think it affected you much?
now, that's one thing. I know a lot of athletes get affected by time zone, but I don't like that. You can see it from my totals. I don't get affected because every time I travel, I try to travel like a week before
Yeah,
my meet, so I can get climatized to the environment. But it doesn't really affect my training because when I train, like I know my training is gonna like accelerate on the platform. So like, yeah.
yeah.
It
So
didn't
you
affect.
think they're just making excuses, right?
Nah, they're gonna gut me in the comments. I said, let me make this very clear. Climate change don't affect me. I don't know other athletes. If it affects you, it affects you, but it don't affect me personally. Yeah.
I think the thing is, you're going out a week early, and that's where a lot of people make the mistake. They only go out a couple of days before. One,
Mm-hmm.
that affects body weight a lot more for people. Like you need a few days to adjust from that. And also, like when you go abroad somewhere, the first night you're not going to be adjusted to the time zone, but by the second, you're probably going to be fine. And I think just
Yeah.
giving yourself a week in a different country is literally kind of the only thing you really need to do as long as you have
Way
access to
better.
the food you need.
Also, it give you time to go find food, find the best locations to train on and stuff. It gives you a lot of time to prep for your
Yeah,
actual meet. So like that's why I always go a week before so I can survey the environment, and perform on the day. So yeah.
yeah. Did you watch much of Worlds in person when you were there before you competed, or did you just kind of do your own thing until the day you competed?
I only watch which weight class I watch. Yes, I only got to watch the 120 plus because I was like I recover like when I go compete, I hibernate. No, that's actually a secret. I shouldn't be telling you. Okay, you know what?
That's not
It's
a
fine. I'm a world
secret.
champion. It don't matter. It wouldn't work for you. Like for like 3 days before my meet, I hibernate for like 10 hours
Yeah.
every day. So like 10 hours. So I didn't really get to watch the other weight classes, but I watched them on YouTube in my room though. But I only get to watch the 120 plus
Yeah.
and Sunita on the heavyweight class. Yeah.
Now, I think that's actually a good thing as well because I like when I obviously not the same thing, but like, I did a Commonwealth last year and my boyfriend came with me and he does not like powerlifting. So I was like, we don't have to watch, it's fine. You can just watch me. And I went and checked out the venue just to see, get a lay of the land, that sort of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I think my performance was much better because I wasn't sat watching powerlifting for the days before. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think, especially like I couldn't like the atmosphere at Commonwealth obviously wouldn't have been the same, but like the atmosphere at Open Worlds, being in that crowd when everything's going off, that's going to affect your recovery. Whereas hiding away in your room for 10 hours a day, that's going to help you recover.
Correct. And you get more time to rest. Your body is recovered, and that's why that's every meet. That's why people was asking. I think people want, because my coach take pictures with the other 120s and stuff, but I was in my room and they was probably looking for me. But no, I need to rest. Like, people don't understand. That's how, I think more like elite top athletes would understand like where I'm coming from. How I rest 2 to 3 days in my room. Like, I do not come in my room only for breakfast, lunch, and that's go back in and rest till my midday. And then after my midday, and which is kind of sucks for me because I don't get to see the other weight classes. But it's a sacrifice if you're at the top level. So
Yeah.
your rest is more
100%.
important because you want to perform on the day. So yeah.
Yeah, and as much as it sucks in the way of you kind of missing out on some of the experience of being there, you're also there to perform. When you're it'd be different if you were kind of in like the B group, C group, and you were kind of just
that's
there
fine.
for you.
Yeah.
That's cool. But because you were there vying potentially for a win, if not at least like a podium you were aiming for, obviously, like you need to prioritize what's going to give you the best performance.
Sure. That's right.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Perfect. I also feel like next year, though, you're probably going to get stopped more when you go down to breakfast and lunch and not be able to hibernate as much.
Yeah, for sure. How I experience in junior worlds, because they know me from open worlds. They say I got stopped every for the main hotel where the competition was hosted. I got stopped a lot to take pictures. So yeah, open worlds. I'm prepared for it, but they're not gonna see me the day before or the day after before that, because I'm gonna be in my room. So yeah, you get pictures after, because somebody asked me for a picture in my burger suit, but I took it off to go collect medals and stuff. But yeah. Next year, I'm prepared for all the photos. So you guys could feel free to come up and take photos. I don't mind at all.
Yeah, and I think it's that thing as well. Like, you as an athlete just have to advocate for yourself on those days before and be like, look, I'll spend all the time chatting to you guys once I've competed, but I need to de-stress. I need to have some downtime before, which obviously is the most important thing, and probably part of why you peak so well in comp.
Don't say my secrets. But yeah, that's right. That's all of the reasons why I peak so well, because I stay focused. I gotta get my nutrition in. I gotta sleep. I gotta perform on the day. So all my when I focus on my meets, everything's just clear. Like, my mind just 100% locked in. Everything comes after.
I'm just going to check as well before I say the wrong thing here. So next year's World Championships, is it Dubai?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on bid. It's not confirmed.
So I think it's confirmed now. I'm looking on the website.
Sure.
It's not a bid anymore.
It is.
Believe it's in
not bid
Dubai
no more?
next year. Nope. And I could be wrong here, but it doesn't say bid on the website. So
Okay, so then it's confirmed for sure.
how is Dubai for you for travel? Is that too far? I've literally got no. I'm probably really dumb for asking that question. I've got no idea.
It's very far. It's I think it's probably 36 hours, 36 hours to 30 hours. Yeah, but it's fine. I'll be there in a week. I'll be there probably on a Monday. Probably compete on a Saturday, so I'll have time.
Do you think you'll be all right in the heat there? I'm assuming probably.
I live in the heat. I was born in the heat. It's good. It's fine for me. No.
This is an advantage. Though. Yes, you have the disadvantage of such a long travel day, but you are going to be great. You're going to be fine in that climate. It's what you're used to.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. I don't think the heat would affect me, because I've been to I competed in Arizona, and that heat was, and I pulled off a world record there. So heat ain't gonna do me none. I'm fine.
I actually think the attitude you have there as well is one of the reasons that you do still perform so well on these stages, because the second you start stressing about those details, you're going to notice an impact, right? You're going in with the mindset of, no, it's gonna be fine, I'll be fine. And you are, because you're just being laid back about it. Do you think you're generally like that with most things, with your training, with life in general? You're just quite a laid back guy?
When I fail a lift, I'll say I'll get it some other time. Every time, for my deadlift, I laughed it off. When you see me fail, I was because I know one day I'm gonna come back and hit it for my second or third attempt. So it's okay, because I know every day you do something to improve. You're always improving. You never decelerating. You're always improving, and you can see it in my numbers. I always improve. So whenever I fail something, I know I'll get it one day. I might not get it today, but I'll get it one day. So like, it's fine. It's fine. When I reach Dubai, if it's hot, I'll deal with it. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm coming to compete. It don't matter. Yeah.
100%. And that is also the attitude that I think will get you the furthest in the sport of like, you're actually still enjoying it. Like, it's not too much pressure on yourself. Obviously, you want to do well, you want to win, you want to do all these things, but you're not beating yourself up when it doesn't happen, because you know at some point it will, which is really nice to hear.
Yeah.
It's so good to hear. And I think it's such a healthy attitude to have as well. Obviously, you're still pretty new to the sport, so you might not feel the same in another 3 or 4 years, but equally, you clearly just enjoy it, and that's the important thing.
That's great. I only like 3 years in the sport now, so like, yeah, it's fine. I know some people want to win, some people don't. Some people want to win like a lot, and they have a lot on the line. I understand where they're coming from, but sometimes they don't win all the time. Like, you lose sometimes, then after, like, look, for example, I come fourth, and I went back to train 10 weeks, and I came back first, and that goes to show for all the young athletes, don't give up,
Yeah.
So just put in the work, and eventually all the hard work will pay off. So yeah.
And I think my last real question is, do you think powerlifting for you is going to be like a lifelong, like as long as you can do it, you'll do it?
I mean, there's masters and stuff, but I don't know where, like, but I'm in it for the long game. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see, probably when I'm like, even if I have kids, I'll still do it. But probably like until my body don't want it no more, I'll go. But I'm in it for the long game, because I know I like Master 5, Master 1, Master 2, Master 3, Master 4. But we'll see. But I'm in it for the long run, for sure. For the long run. So I ain't going nowhere. So all the 120 is motion, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here for
And the 105.
Well, yes, because I'm planning to cut down one day, for sure. Probably when I reach or something. But yes. I ain't going nowhere. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's really good to hear. And I think like it's nice to hear that. I'm assuming you want to be competitive this whole time anyway, but do you think if you get to the point where you're maybe not as competitive, let's say late 30s, 40s, I don't know, it could be a very long time, but do you think you'd still do it just for the joy of actually doing the training and competing?
Yeah, I think so. If I like have time, or if life goes in the right path, and I have like extra time to like train and then compete, because by the time my country sport might have like 500 at least, might be like powerlifting America. So like, they remember there's like them sub juniors, bro. No, them too strong, man. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, by the time like the next sub junior might even come and surpass me, and I might pull up. But we'll see. But I'm in it for the while, but I'm in it for the long game. But yeah, we'll see for sure.
Yeah.
You never know how life goes. So
yeah, 100%. But that was a very good answer, and this has been one of the most fun episodes I think I've filmed. We were literally laughing from the get-go, so had a very good chat. I think you've answered most of my questions. I feel like we've got a decent amount of info out of you. Anything you wanted to shout out? Anything you have coming up you wanted to chat through that we haven't spoken about?
Okay, shout out to my coach, Rebella Strong. Shout out to the team, Rebella Strong, bro. Yeah, and shout out to the people who was in my gym giving me commands, because it was really useful on the day, especially my bench press command, because that's one of the mistakes I made in open walls. I was listening like commands. It was long, so that's why I practice for. So yeah, shout out to the One Paw Barbell members as well. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. It's been really fun. Thank you so much for coming on.